Good morning, all of you. In yesterday lectures, we had seen the expression of coefficient of coupling. Okay, then we have derived the expression for K. K is nothing but M divided by under root of L1 multiplied by L2. Okay, last session we have gone through the derivations and dot conventional rule. What is dot rule number one? Dot rule number two? Okay, what is meant by mutual inductance? What is the self inductance? How the mutual inductance expressions can be right? That we have seen in uh, last two previous lectures. Okay, so now we'll move on example based on magnetic circuit. Okay, so first example we will take based on coefficients of coupling, right? That is K. Okay, I'll present the screen and we'll see our example. So now the example number one we'll take. Just, okay, example number one. The two coil have self inductance two coil have a self inductance of 250 millihenry and 300 millihenry respectively. Find the coupling coefficient. Find coupling coefficient. If their mutual inductance is 80 millihenry, inductance 80 millihenry. So we have calculated the coefficient of coupling here. So our aim is to find out the coefficient of coupling. We have a two coil. A two coil inductance is 250 millihenry and 300 millihenry, and mutual inductance is given. So now we know that the formula of mutual coefficient of coupling, that is K. What is the K? K is nothing but
Coefficient of
Coefficient of
L1
coupling. K is nothing but what? M divided by
M1 under root L1 into L2.
L1 into L2. Yes. L1 into L2. So now tell me what is the K. L we know that
0.29.
already.
0.29.
0.29. Yes, exactly. 0.29. 0.29 is a coefficient of coupling. I yesterday told the coefficient of coupling it should be from 0 to 1 always. Okay, coefficient of coupling it should be 0 to 1 always. That M we know that is M is equal to sorry 80 here. No, mutual inductance is 80. Yes, 80 here. Mutual inductance is 80. Right, the 80 mutual inductance is given. M you have to put up that is millihenry 80 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by under root of 250. It is self inductance multiply by 10 raised to minus 3 into second mutual self inductance is 300. 300 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3. If you put up value and you will get the 0.29. Yes. Okay, then we'll move on our next example. Find the total inductance find the total inductance of three connected coupled coil. That is L1, L2, L current is I1, M12, M23, M13. Here, first dot, here second dot, here third dot. L1 is given that is 2 Henry. L2 is given 3 Henry. L3 is given 5 Henry. Then mutual inductance are also given that M12 is equal to 0.5 Henry, M23 is given 1 Henry, and M13 M13 is given 1 Henry, here 1 Henry. Okay, so now your aim is what? Your aim is to find out the total inductance of three series coil, right? So what you have observing here? You are observing your current I is entering each coil at the dotted terminal. Okay, current I1 is entering each dotted terminal. Okay, so now which rule we have to apply here? If current are entering at each dotted terminal.
First rule.
First rule.
Yes, we apply a dot rule one. In dot rule one, the mutual inductance gets added with the self inductance. Means whatever self inductance sign is there, that same sign we have a mutual inductance. Means mutual inductance gets added with the self inductance. Okay, so we first our aim is we have to find out the equivalent inductance for each coil. Okay, obtain the equivalent inductance for each coil. So now I'll calculate the equivalent inductance for coil 1 for coil 1. So coil 1 is what your self inductance L1. Okay. So what are the mutual inductance are associated with the coil 1? Here L1 is your self inductance, but the mutual inductance for L1 is M12. Again, the mutual inductance for L1 is again M13. So we have to add, or whatever sign is there, that is L1 plus M12 plus, that is M13. M13. Okay. Means self inductance can be added here, the mutual inductance. Okay, the plus sign is there, again we have used plus sign, here we have used plus sign. So we know that the value of self inductance as well as the mutual inductance, just if we have to put up the value, L1 is 2 Henry plus M12 is what? M12 is given zero point 0.5, M13 is given, M13 is what? 1 Henry. So what is the equivalent inductance for coil 1 is 3.5 Henry. Okay, 3.5 Henry. Similarly, you have calculated the equivalent inductance for coil 2. For coil 2. What is the equivalent inductance for coil 2?
4 Henry.
5 4 Henry. Uh, so L2 again, L2 is associated mutual inductance associated with M12 and M31. Sorry, M23. So L2 is L2 plus M12 plus M23. So what is L2? L2 is nothing but 3 plus M12 is 1. Sorry, M12 is zero point 0.5, no? zero point 0.5 and M23 is 1. So what is the equivalent inductance for coil 2 is 4.5 Henry, right? Similarly, way you have calculate the equivalent inductance for coil 3 for coil 3 के लिए what L3 plus M13 M23. So now what is the equivalent inductance for coil 3? Tell me.
7 Henry.
Is
5 plus
yes
1
L3 is
plus 1, 7.
5 plus 1 plus 1, that is 7 Henry. So we have already calculated the equivalent inductance for each coil. Then what is our aim? Our aim is to find out the net equivalence. Okay, the net equivalence. How you calculate the net inductance? You have to take the summation of all coil 1, coil 2, and coil 3. Then you will get the net inductance. Okay, that is L equivalent is equal to what is 3.5 plus 4.5 plus 7.
15.
What is 15? 1500. Yes, this is a 15 Henry, the equivalent net equivalence of this given example. Okay, so we'll move on our next example. Just a minute. So we'll move on next example. Find I2 using mesh analysis.
Sir, can you show last example for 1 minute?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, done. Thanks.
Uh, just just a wait. I'm just a wait. Few minutes. Actually, tablet is not working properly. I don't know, it's not working properly. Find I2 using mesh analysis. Okay, this is an example. This question had asked to three times in your university examination for 10 marks. Okay. A very important example. So what is your aim here? Your aim is to find out I2. Okay, your aim is to find out I2. So dot is given here. First dot is here. Second dot is at a coil first. Second coil first. Okay. So which dot rule we have to apply here?
Second.
Second.
Second dot rule. Yes, exactly. Why second? Because the
L1
current,
is outgoing.
yes, the current is leaving from a first coil, and at second coil current is entering. Yes. One side current is leaving and another side current is incoming. So we have to apply the dot rule number two. In dot rule number two, will take the minus plus sign. Okay. So we have to draw the equivalent circuit. J5, okay, J10, 100 here, here 5 ohm, three ohm. Okay, the current flowing of first loop is I1. Current flowing at second loop is I2. Okay, the dot rule 2 means we have considered here minus plus. Again minus plus. Mutual inductance is given here, right? Mutual inductance is given for the circuit in J2. Right? That you have to keep in mind. Mutual inductance is given. If mutual inductance is not given, then coefficient of some example, right? In some example, mutual inductance is not given that time. It will given coefficient of coupling. Okay, based on coefficient of coupling, you have to calculate the mutual inductance. Okay, so now mutual inductance is J2, but loop 1 is there means mutual inductance for current I2. And here J2 I1. Okay, that is this right? Is this understood? Shall I move next?
Yes, yes, sir.
Then you have to apply a KVL at input loop. Okay. So then again the same methodology whatever we have already gone through the in various previous sessions. Okay. That same methodology you have to apply. Okay. So we have to apply KVL at first loop. KVL to loop 1. Hundred minus J5 I1 plus J2 I2 okay minus 3 and minus J2 I'll take common because this 3 and minus J2s are for I1 and I2 okay are intermediate between I1 and I2 so we'll take as a common so 3 minus J2 I1 minus I2 I1 minus I2
Hello, sir.
yes tell me
सर वो 3 + J2 होगा ना सर? सर माइनस बाहर कॉमन लिया है.
नहीं माइनस बाहर कॉमन नहीं लिया है पोलैरिटी देखो 3 ओम का माइनस प्लस है कॉमन नहीं लेना है 3 ओम का पोलैरिटी माइनस प्लस प्लस माइनस है तो माइनस आ गया 3 मैंने ले लिया माइनस राइट और माइनस J2 ऑलरेडी डिफाइन है तो उसको चेंज नहीं कर सकते
ओके सर.
समझ में आ रहा है नहीं तो आप सेपरेट भी ले सकते हैं दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम आप कैसे ले सकते हैं -3 I1 माइनस I2 ले लेंगे और -J2 I1 माइनस I2 सेम थिंग्स हो जाएगा बराबर की नहीं
यस सर.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
-3 आप लोगे तो -3 I1 माइनस I2 हो जाएगा और -J2 I1 माइनस I2 हो जाएगा तो और इक्वेशन बड़ा हो जाएगा दैट्स व्हाई आई एम टेकिंग दिस ओके क्लियर
ओके सर.
क्लियर Yes, then we'll separate it out 100 volt. So minus sign will get plus J5 I1 J5 I1 minus 2J or J2 or whatever 2J I2 plus 3 minus J2 I1 minus I2. Okay, so we'll simplify this. J5 I1 minus 2J I2 okay plus that 3 minus J2 you have to multiply by I1 minus I2 means plus 3 I1 again 3 you have to multiply by minus I2 means minus 3 I2. Okay, again minus J2 you have to multiply by I1 is minus J2 I1 again minus J2 you have to multiply by minus I2 means minus minus will get plus means plus J2 I2. So now our aim is what here 100 there. So minus see the component I1 and I2 here. Okay, so I1 is what here 3 I1 is there. Means just we have to write 3 I1 means 3. Okay, again you have to see I1 is there, right? Minus J5 I1 again I1 is there, yes, minus J2 I1 means minus J5 and minus J2 means you'll get J3, right? Means plus J3 I1. And you see the component of I2 here minus 3 I2, right? Again, see the J component of I2 minus J I2 plus J I2 will get cancelled. So, what is our equation? That is 3 plus J3 I1 minus 3 I2. That is equation number 1. Okay. Similarly, you have to apply KVL at second loop. So, what is the second loop? KVL at second loop. Is this understood, the equation number 1?
Hello sir.
Yes.
Sir
Sir, can you explain
J3
once again?
J3 कैसा है?
हाँ, J3 कैसा है सर?
हाँ,
J3
J3 क्या हो गया? -J5I1 और J5I1 -J2I1, तो 5 - 2 कितना आ जाएगा? 3 आ जाएगा ना? समझ में आ रहा है?
ओके ओके सर.
ये कहाँ पे है?
ओके सर, ओके
हाँ,
सर.
ये I1 है, J5I1, और यहाँ पे क्या है? -J2I1. 5 - 2 कितना हो गया? 3 हो गया, तो क्या हो गया? J3 आ गया. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir.
अंडरस्टूड.
Yes sir.
Then you have to apply KVL at second loop, or we called as output loop. Okay, so KVL at loop 2. So we'll start from here, positive, negative, positive, negative, and so on. Okay. So we'll start from minus J10 I2. Okay, minus J10 I2 plus here plus J2 I1 minus pi I2 again. Here positive, negative from 3 ohm, then we'll take minus. Again the same things we'll do here, 3 minus J2 I2 minus I1. Okay, now you have to simplify these equations. Again, suppose if you want to outside 0, तो minus का क्या हो जाएगा? Plus हो जाएगा. Then again you simplify this equation. So plus J10 I2 minus J2 I1 plus 5 I2 just plus 3 minus J2 I1 minus I2. Sorry, I2 minus I2. So now you have to simplify and tell me what is the equations you people are getting.
Sir, equation is 3I1 minus 8 plus 8J I2 equal to 0.
ठीक है, ठीक है. और कोई सॉल्व किया है? So I'll get
Hello,
this
sir.
equation -3. हाँ,
Minus 3I1 plus bracket 8 plus
minus
J
minus
8
3I1
plus 8 plus
plus
J
8 plus J8 I2. This is equation number is equal to 0. Yes. Okay, then you will get understood the equation number 1 and 2. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt in that? Understood, na? Then you have to write this equation 1 and 2 in matrix form in terms of I1 and I2. Okay. So we have to write in the matrix form is 3 plus 3 plus J3 and here -3, here -3, here 8 plus okay, then we write here equation 1 and 2 in matrix form. Then you have to use the Cramer's rule. So for finding out I2, you use the Cramer's rule here. So what is I2? So I2 is equal to your 3 plus J3 minus 3. I2 is what? 100, and here I2 you have to find out. Just you have to put up the voltage here in I2 equation. Okay. Then what is your del? Divided by del is nothing but this 3 plus J3 minus 3 minus 3 8 plus J. So you have to solve this Cramer's rule. So here,
Is minus 1.13 minus 6.03 J.
yeah, answer I2.
Yes, sir.
Just a bit. Here and here you will get 0. Then 100 minus 3 multiply by minus 3, you'll get minus 300. That minus minus will get plus after solving determinant, right? Means here 300 divided by, okay, 300 divided by what? Then you have to solve this del. Okay, del is what? Just you have to multiply with this, you have to multiply by with this. Now tell me what is the denominator you people are. So it is simple. Just you have to just multiply here. I'll do for the simplicity. For okay, that 8 plus j8 multiply by 3 plus j3. Okay, okay. So now 8 plus multiply by 3 plus j3. Okay, then minus 3 multiply by minus 3. So you have to solve this determinant. क्या आएगा 8 multiply by 3 is 24 plus 8 multiply by j3 here 24j. Then 8j multiply by 3, then plus again 24j. Again 8j multiply by j3. Okay, you will get 24j square. But j square, it should be minus 1. So we'll take minus sign here, minus 20. Understood? j8 multiply by j3. You'll get 24j square. But j square is equal to minus 1. That's why we taken here minus 20. Okay, then minus plus, you will get here 9. So
Hello.
what are the equations you will get? Yes,
सर ये मल्टीप्लिकेशन समझा नहीं 8 प्लस 8 j8 का एक बार एक्सप्लेन कीजिए सर
इसका हाँ ये
हेलो
समझ में नहीं आया क्या? ये समझ में नहीं
यस
आया
सर
मल्टीप्लिकेशन?
सर नीचे वाला 24 प्लस 24 प्लस 24
अरे बाबा सेम मल्टीप्लाई किया है. 8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 कितना आया? 24 आया, राइट. अगेन 8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय j3 किया, कितना आया? 24j किया. देन j8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 कितना आया? j24 j आया. अगेन j8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय j3 कितना आया? 24j स्क्वायर आया. लेकिन j स्क्वायर का वैल्यू क्या है? माइनस है, -1 है, तो -24 लिया. -3 मल्टीप्लाई बाय -3 कितना आया? 9 आया. समझ में आया कि नहीं?
ओके यस सर
8 this equation 8 plus j8 multiply by 3 plus j3, that's it. फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट लिया 8, सेकंड फर्स्ट कंपोनेंट सेकंड टर्म का लिया 3, मतलब 8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 24, 8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय j3 कितना आया? 24j. देन j8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 24j. देन j8 मल्टीप्लाई बाय j3 मतलब कितना है? -24j स्क्वायर. j स्क्वायर इज -1 मीन्स -24. -3 multiply by -3, minus minus plus 9. Get it?
यस सर
Get it? So now tell me what is the value you will get. Tell me what is the value at the denominator side.
Sir, 48j minus 9.
Yes, exactly. -24 and 24 is get cancelled. Here means -9 plus 48j. Yeah, equation. Just you have to write down in the denominator minus 9 plus J48. So this is in the rectangular form that you have to convert it into the polar form. This minus 9 plus J48 you have to convert it into the polar form by using your calculator. 300 divided by, you know that how to calculate or how to convert rectangular to polar in the calculator. You just go to the complex mode in your calculator. Okay, just put up the value. Put up the value is what? Minus 9 plus 48J. Okay, just you write or you click on shift, then polar form you have to click. Again you have to click on shift. Again you have to convert it into the imaginary form. This you will get 48.8 angle. Again for angle, just you have to click on shift and again real to imaginary. Then you will get angle 100.62. Then you have to do the division. Then you will get here 61 6 point, sorry, 6.43 angle of minus 100.60. This is your I2. Okay, it is clear.